And that was my way of celebrating 303 Day this year, using 303s in a single track. And you might have recognised that. It was loosely based on a Stone Cold acid classic, Appearance by Hardfloor, and that used 3 303s as well. So 3 303s in a single instrument, the easiest way to do that is using Galaxius. That's on Roland Cloud. And while I've been doing this and playing around with it all weekend, just having a bit of fun really, I noticed that they've got some really nice presets. So I thought I'd just run you through how I made that intro track and show you some of the presets and how to build stuff on it. I'm playing 3 303 lines and the 909. If I come into the first 303, let's press play, turn it up. And I'm using this little controller here to control all those macros. Look down on the bottom of the screen here, got various macros, and as I play with these, that's the filter cutoff for the first instrument. And there we go, that's playing with that. And we've got some levels, if you can see, on the top of the screen there, the rim, the clap, the hi-hats, the crash levels are changing. And on this 303, I'm adjusting these. That's for this part. Now if we go into the mix, I'm controlling the levels. Let's come into the layers. I'm controlling the level of each of the 4 parts with these faders on the far right. And then on these 2 here, where are they on the screen? Numbers 3 and 4 on the screen. I'm playing around with some of the effects. So if I come into the buses, I've got the space echo, and this is adjusting the intensity and the volume of the space echo. You can see we've got 2 sets of burn. You can see you can set limits on them, you can invert them. And this one is the bit crusher. So if I come into the layers, so we can see the 4 tracks. Got the bit crusher on track 1. So I'm just changing the rate of that there. The second one here was adjusting, I'm not playing it in this track actually, I've got another track I was messing around with, and this was adjusting the level of the multiverb as well as the mix of the multiverb. Using those 16 macros then gives you absolutely tons of control over your scene. A scene is up to 4 instruments. That's what we've got here, 1, 2, 3, 4. And again, if we just look at what the patterns are doing on those, that's a 16-step pattern, that's a 4-step pattern, and this one's a 3-step, I think. Yeah, 3-step pattern as well. So putting all those together, I'm not listening to the drums. And you get that quite a lot with 303 patterns, not using the full 16 steps, but using odd numbers like 3 or 7 or, well, 6 is an even number, but you know what I mean, not 4, 8 or 16. And that gives you movement throughout your track. And they've got that in quite a lot of the presets. So let's take a look at them. Let's load a new scene then. I think everything's saved there. Okay. So go to instrument and we'll load in a 303. Do have a choice of all these cool old synths as well. Let's go to the 303. And we've got a list of patterns and a list of patches. The patches are the sounds, the patterns are the 303 sequences that we can edit in the pattern editor. And you can see here I've got a load of sound packs installed. And go to the sounds tab, brings up the sound packs. So some really cool people here. We've got a guy called Gerald, and you might recognize that name because he wrote another stone cold acid classic. Voodoo Rape by a guy called Gerald is one of my favorite tracks of all time. And then over here, we've got DJ Pierre, his Future Collection. And if you don't already know, DJ Pierre is one of the pioneers of acid house. Acid Tracks is generally considered to be the first acid track, and it's one of his. And Acid Essentials is by none other than Josh Swing, who wrote possibly the most famous acid track of all. So it's really cool. We've got people like this making some patches. It's mad how many variations in tone you can get from that one little box, isn't it? If we look at the instrument, we do have a few extras on here. Obviously, pretty much every track that had one on, put it through some sort of overdrive or compressor. So we've got the compressor in there. Let's play it. Compressor. Drive, fuzz. What is it about a 303 that's so much fun? Well, it's definitely not the sequencer, because if you've ever tried to use a sequencer on the original thing, it's an absolute nightmare. And on this, it's loads simpler and loads of fun. We open up Edit, and here we go. We've got the notes, and there's all the notes it can play. So we can change the note. We can turn them on and off. We can add the accents and the slides. So it's really easy to edit this compared to the original. If I play something, we go forward, and reverse. And get a scale. Let's play it forward so you can hear what's happening. And what I really love on this is the randomization function. Just keep on hitting that and then hit the modify button. And at some point in the very near future, you're going to find something that just works really well. And you end up with something without actually having to try. So if we go to generate, that's a brand new pattern. Let's play that. Perfectly acceptable as it is, that, isn't it? And we can change it. So it's super easy just to get something up and running. To stick a beat on that. So let's go to 4. Let's add 909. Let's edit that. Let's put a really simple beat on. Just put a 4 to the floor style thing. Just so you can hear the groove, really. If you want a little bit more control over your randomizations, you've got it down here in this little box on the bottom left. So we can turn on the randomization for the accent, slide, pitch, and the gate, and we can adjust the amount of each of those that are in the pattern. So if you want less slides, drop the slides back. If you want more notes, knock the notes up. You get the idea. And then we've got scale settings as well, so we can adjust the range of the pitch. So it's incredibly simple to get grooves up and running on this, especially compared to the original. But of course, on this, we've got other bits and bobs as well. We've got the effects, we've got the mixer. Coming to the mix, let's add some effects. We've got insert effects. So what should we put in there? I'll put that bit crusher on the other one. I quite like that. Let's add the big crusher. Let's play that again. Got send effects as well. So we could, I don't know, what should we put, reverb or something on that, go to the buses. Let's effect 1 on bus 1. Let's add the space echo, because I like a bit of space echo. And let's throw a limiter on the final mix. If we come back into the instrument, let's go to the sounds again, and let's just load some others, shall we? Yeah, so there's an incredible amount of variation in the tones you can get from it, considering it's such a simple box, and it's really easy to use. It's really easy to get up and running. But I'll go a little bit deeper here, because in the intro you saw me using this little fader punk box to control the macros and to play it live, and I'll just quickly run through how you do that, because actually that's not that complex either. I'll quickly show you how to set MIDI. On the instruments, we've got 16 different controllers. If we wiggle the cutoff control in the bottom left, you can see it's controlling the cutoff knob. Control and click on a Mac, maybe right click on a PC. MIDI learn, give this a little wiggle, and there you go, we can see it's caught it, so play. Or we can get a little bit more complex, do cleverer things. Let's use this knob here. So go into the scene macros, and if I press control on that, I'm going to link it to the cutoff of the instrument 1. I'm also going to link it to the volume of 1. And we can see down here on the left, we've got limits we can set on there as well. So we can have it go in full volume, half volume, or whatever. But let's leave them at full for now. And we'll go to TB303 number 2, come back into the scene, and on the same knob, control link, I'm going to put the cutoff of that one. So that's now linked to that as well. And also control link to the volume. I'm going to invert these bottom two. So to turn knob 1 up, TB332 reduces in volume and the cutoff goes down. And with the first instrument, it's positive. So as I go clockwise, they both go up, and I go anti-clockwise, they both come down. I'm going to wiggle the second fader here. So when I play this, as the fader goes up, layer 1 will increase in volume and the cutoff will open, while layer 2 is decreasing in volume and its cutoff is closing, and vice versa. And of course we can assign knobs to the mixer as well. So that's what I did in the intro track. So control link that to the volume of 1, link the next one to the volume of 2 and link the next one down here to the volume of 4, which is the 909. Go to the scene again and then give these MIDI lane 1, control MIDI lane 2, control MIDI lane 3. So we can adjust those via MIDI as well. So I'm going to play. And to me, that's really where the fun lies in this. Once I had the idea of using 3 303s on a single track, and then I realized I could adjust everything, all those macros using MIDI CCs, and got the little box out. It was just so much fun. I've spent far too long this weekend doing this, and that's because I've been enjoying myself. So yeah, it's a really nice thing, the Galaxius. It is part of Roland Cloud, so you do get 30 days free if you want to have a play. 30 days free, you get access to everything, so it's worth doing it just for a bit of fun, just to spend the weekend doing something mad, which is what I've been doing. So yeah, I hope that was of some use to somebody. Something was. Please do subscribe, ring the bell, join me over on Patreon. I've got patches, samples, tutorials, and other bits and bobs. And also take a look at my starskycar.com website. I've got patches, I've got samples there as well. I've got cheap stuff, I've got free stuff, and stuff you can buy. It's always nice when people pick up even the cheaper bits, as I always say, because it really does help to support the channel. So thanks very much for staying to the very end, and I will see you next time.